So you're thinking of moving to Portland, Oregon? Well, you're in the right place, because in this video, I'm gonna be showing you to 3 completely different neighborhoods around town. I'm gonna give you the full tour, and we're gonna go in and see 3 different current active listings on the market. All you gotta do is sit back, relax, and tell me in the comments which one you would take if I handed you the keys. If it's your first time to the channel, my name's Matt and I make videos each and every week about what it's like to live in Portland, Oregon. Additionally, I'm a licensed real estate agent and I am dedicated to helping people just like you make their move to Portland, and I'm the only agent going inside of active current listings on the market just like this one. So if you are looking to buy your dream home, make sure you call, make sure you text, make sure you send me an email, or just scan the QR code right here on the screen, and we will talk soon about your move to Portland. So we are starting off today's video in the heart of Southeast Portland, and we are in a neighborhood called Richmond. And I've covered this area, I don't know, a few different times maybe, but we're gonna see a different part of Division. We're gonna be looking at a listing that's actually on this street down this way a couple blocks, but this area right here is the neighborhood that people absolutely love to be close to when they're relocating to Portland. So I get a lot of clients that are watching this channel that want to be in a neighborhood just like this. So this is Southeast Division Street, and you've got all sorts of stuff up and down the avenue. We're at right around 34th and Division. There's some desserts, there's bars and restaurants all around. I'll show you. Here is a restaurant. And then all up and down the street, you've got all sorts of stuff. There's places like this all up and down Division. And there's an ice cream spot up here. There's Salt and Straw. And when I say that people want to live in an area like this, what I mean is they want that walkable area with tons of shops and restaurants. There's shops down here on the main level. And if you look down the street like this, it's just quiet residential tree-lined streets. And on the main streets, you've got this mixed use vibe where all of the main floor spots are businesses like this, and then you've got apartments, residential housing above that. But like right here, this is a pretty cool Italian food cart that's tucked away here. Across the street, you've got Blue Star Donuts. You got some more dessert stuff over here, and a tea house, smoothie shop. There's just so much stuff just all the way up and down Division. And if you go farther down that way, you'll hit a New Seasons, and there's bars and shops and restaurants. It's just a really happening place to live. I wasn't really planning on doing this, but it smelled way too good to pass up, so I went into Salt and Straw, got an ice cream. It's bomb. This is the Snickerdoodle flavor. It's got little chunks of Snickerdoodle cookie in it. Absolutely amazing. Anyways, well, before we go see that first listing in this incredible Southeast Portland location, we are going to go take a look at Hawthorne Boulevard. And just to give you a feel for it, it's got like a little bit of a different feel. This is kind of like a little hip, and then Hawthorne is a little bit more kind of artsy and gritty. So I just want to show you that contrast. And this first listing is right in between these 2 streets. You can walk to either one of them within 3 or 4 blocks. That's why I started off this video, because most of my clients are looking for that type of neighborhood. And believe it or not, this is not the only one. There are many little pockets like this throughout Portland. But today we're in Southeast in Richmond, and let's go take a look at Hawthorne. Yeah. So just real quickly, we are driving up through the neighborhood up to Hawthorne from Division, and this is just for context. This is only about a 10-minute walk between Division and Hawthorne, and the listing that we're gonna see is like right in between that. So it is just such an ideal location. And now we are on Hawthorne. It's a little bit different, a little bit of the same, a little bit different. And over here, you've got just a lot of walkable stuff, lots of shops to go into, a lot of cool clothing stores. Like there's some vintage clothing stores a few of them up and down here. There's also, like this is a shoe store right here. You got your credit union, you got a beauty salon, and there is a taqueria right up here, as well as some other stuff on pretty much all sides of the street. It's just such a beautiful thing about living in this Richmond neighborhood, especially if you are in between Hawthorne and Division. You got kind of the best of both worlds, right? You can walk to this street, you can walk to Division, and both Hawthorne and Division go up and down. You can see if you look out up the street this way, see that raised part of trees over there off in the distance? That's Mount Tabor Park. And it is a nearly 200-acre park that is situated on an extinct volcano right here in the middle of Southeast Portland. And believe it or not, we're actually going to go and take a tour of an incredible listing over there later on in the video. So make sure you stick around for that. It is just one of the most mind-blowing listings I think I've ever seen. It's got incredible views. And if you watched one of my last videos, I toured a listing on Mount Tabor that also had incredible views, but this one might actually take the cake, so you're not gonna wanna miss that. Right here is fried egg I'm in love. There's a few of these throughout the city, and across the street over here is a Little Griddle. That's a super yummy brunch place, and there's Jackpot Records. There's just so much cool stuff to walk around to, and one of my favorite cafes, coffee shops in the whole city is right up the street over here. Not quite there yet, but I love, see, it's a little bit different here on Hawthorne. It feels a little bit more like historic, and I don't know. What do you guys think of the difference between Division and Hawthorne? There's a mochi nut place right over there. And right up here is one of my favorite coffee shops. See the purple? It's called Tove, and it used to be a coffee bus like that in their logo, but they have since moved to this brick and mortar location. A lot of Egyptian style drinks. Pretty cool vibes. But now let's go take a look at that listing. It's literally like a 5-minute walk or a quick 1-minute drive from Hawthorne. So let's go. All right, so we are over here at this beautiful 1906 or 1907, over 100-year-old home here in Southeast Portland. This is the heart of Southeast Portland, and just take a look. The streets are flat and grid-like, so it's super easy to bike around this neighborhood. We are sandwiched between Hawthorne to the north and Southeast Division to the south. It is just an absolutely ideal neighborhood, as I've already shown you. And this home is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home. Excuse me, this is a 2-bed, 1.5 bath. And it's been updated in some really interesting ways, and I can't wait to show you. Let's just go take a look at the house, and I will tell you what the list price is at the end of the tour. The first thing I notice is all the beautiful landscaping, and you've got these raised garden beds for growing all sorts of fruits and veggies if you're into that type of thing. And the thing that I love the most about homes like this is this, whoa, almost tripped, this huge covered front porch. And you've got this hanging swing bench right here and a lot more room here. And this is looking to the west, so you're gonna get some nice afternoon sunlight right here. Let's go in and take a look. You got the little old school doorbell. And when you come in, you got this pretty decent sized little closet there. And then it opens into a living room. All the windows are definitely pretty old, but they've got some updated fixtures, and it's very nicely staged. And then that goes into this dining area, which flows into the kitchen. But right here, in typical bungalow form, you've got a bedroom right here on the main level, and I can feel the air conditioning coming through the vent, so that's good. It's nice to have central AC in a home. And then you've got this bay window with the built-in bench, and you've got some more built-ins right here. And then you've got your main level full bathroom. So this is some cool tile work right here, and the clawfoot tub and shower. So it's just a home that is full of old school Portland character. I love it. And then it goes into this kitchen that has been updated, and we've got some concrete countertops, which are nice, and these tiles as backsplash, full of character. I'm interested to know what you guys think of this kitchen remodel. And then that goes into the upstairs, which is where there's another bedroom. But first, let's go take a peek downstairs in this basement. And this is actually where that other bathroom is. It's got a toilet and a teensy weensy little shower. Let's see. The ceiling down here in this basement, let me tell you, it is pretty low, and the shower head only comes up to my shoulder. But over here is a little bit more basement storage. You've got your laundry right here, and seriously, very low ceilings. You gotta watch out. Even for me, I'm 5'8" or 5'9", and this bumps into my head. So definitely a low basement, but you can still get some stuff done down here. Now let's go upstairs. But before we go upstairs, we gotta check out the backyard because it's pretty amazing. Pretty good sized backyard for this area. And so these are, in this part of town, you're gonna have mostly 5,000 square foot lots. And I believe that's what this is, or right around there. And you've got lots of space for planting and lots of space for landscaping. And you've got this covered area here and a deck. And so this is going to be east facing. So you're gonna get the sun coming up there and going that way throughout the day. But now let's go check out the upstairs. And up here is kind of what they're calling the second bedroom. And so technically I'm not seeing like a full closet, nor am I seeing egress windows. And this is looking out to the front yard, and this is just like a full separate space. Now I'm not seeing any duct work up here, so there isn't actually any, oh, there actually is right there, it looks like. But it is pretty warm up here. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if the AC is reaching up here or not. That's about it, folks. All right, there you have it, folks. Once again, that was a 2-bedroom, 1.5. I guess you could call that bathroom downstairs a full bath because it's got a toilet and a shower. Or maybe it's a half bath because it doesn't have a sink. I don't know. Listed as a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath here in the Richmond neighborhood of Southeast Portland. And it is listed by Old PDX Homes here. Got to give a shout out to Tracy for letting us in there to go take a peek at that listing. At the time of making this video, this home has only been on the market for 1 day, and I had to squeeze in here because there's a lot of different showings. Who knows how quickly it will go under contract, but the current list price on this home is $669,000. What do you guys think? That's right around what you can get in this neighborhood for that price range. It should be interesting to see how quickly it sells. And like you saw, this is one of those neighborhoods that most of my clients are wanting to live in when they're moving to the Portland area. Something that is super walkable. Hawthorne is just a few blocks this way, and Division is just a few blocks this way. It's just a very ideal place to live. You've got all of these super flat streets like this that are ideal for biking. So we're gonna go look at another house up in the Northeast, and I think you're really gonna like it because it has an ADU. It's in a historic neighborhood, and I'm excited to go see it. Here's just a quick little sneak peek of what's to come. We've got this incredible kitchen left to see, so stay tuned. But definitely make sure you get in touch if you're thinking of making your move here to the Portland area. People are contacting me after finding these videos all the time, and I absolutely love it. So don't hesitate to get in touch by any of the methods that you see on the screen right now, and I would be happy to help you with making a smooth move to the Portland area. Anywhere in Portland, anywhere in the suburbs, got your back, so hit me up days, nights, weekends, and we'll talk soon. We are first going to go to this park right here because it's only about a couple blocks from this next listing that we're gonna check out. And here we are at Irving Park. Now this is a 16-acre in the middle of Northeast Portland, and it is such a great place to come. I'll show you. So you've got all these different pathways to walk your dogs on, and over here you've got some basketball courts, and some of them are fully covered. So that's pretty cool if you want to play some basketball in the rain. And then you've got some big open grassy areas. Over there is an off-leash dog park area. And then there's some more pathways over here to some tennis courts, as well as some children's play areas. Pretty cool park. This is only one of hundreds of parks in Portland. So we are going to be near Mount Tabor Park in a little bit. And so I thought it would be great to take you to this park as well, because we're seeing a listing just around the corner from here. As you can see, here are the tennis courts. Over there is the children's play area. And then beyond this way is a couple big baseball fields. So that's pretty rad. And then of course, it's just like right here in the neighborhood. If you go down this street just a little bit, you'll get to some nice cafes and a coffee shop. But before we go take a look at this next listing, I wanted to actually show you one of the closest main strips to walk around at. So we're gonna be going there right now. Well, here's a little taste of Alberta Street. This is on the far west side of Alberta, and I think I've shown you different bits and pieces of Alberta on this channel. A lot of it has been on the far east side, so this is just a little bit of a different vibe. And right down here, you've got, see that place that says patio on it? That is the Alberta Street Pub, and it's a really cool spot for live music. And there's some bars up here. There's a bar right there. It's going over there with more bars and stuff, and it's just a cool spot to walk around. All parts of Alberta Street are pretty cool. Here's a little Alberta Street coffee place. This is the Alberta Street Pub right here. Super cool spot. And here is a food cart pod right here. There are many of those throughout the city of Portland. And so that is just a little taste of what you get here on Alberta Street. And the cool thing about this is that we are just about 5 to 7 blocks north of this next listing that we're gonna go see. Really cool location, really cool home too. It's at a good price point, but it also has a lot of potential for what's called house hacking. And so what that is when you rent out a portion of your home, you can actually make money that offsets your mortgage. It's got an ADU in the back, so that gives you potential to either you could live in the ADU yourself and rent out the whole house, or if you want, you could live in the house and rent out the ADU. Apparently it was making around $4 grand a month just from Airbnb. So that could really take away a huge chunk of your mortgage. I can't wait to go in and see it. So let's go. So we're over here approaching this next listing, and this is in a neighborhood called King. And this is actually one of the 3 neighborhoods that Alberta Street goes through. So it's King to the far west, it's Vernon, and then it's Concordia farther to the east. But here is a quick little look at the street. And this is the listing right here that we are about to go in and see. And I gotta give a big shout out to Brandon King over at Keller Williams for letting me in to see this listing, as well as the homeowner. Very, very cool home. I'm excited to go see it. They've done a lot of work to it, including an ADU, and that is going to be super appealing to a lot of you, I know, because I've already heard from a lot of you who want a home with ADU or at least ADU potential. This one's got it fully dialed in, and I'm super excited to go in and take a look. So you know the drill. We're gonna take a full tour of the house, and at the end, I'm gonna tell you what the list price is. So let's go on in. So first things first, when we're looking around at the front, we've got this really nice curb appeal. It looks like the exterior has been very, very well maintained. We've got some AstroTurf here in the front yard, which, little fun fact, I was told by the homeowner that these were used in a movie. So any guesses which one? Folks, take your guesses in the comments. But yeah, paint looks good. And once again, we've got a pretty sweet front porch that's fully covered. And this is going to be east facing, so you'll get a lot of morning sun on this, but as the sun sets that way, it won't be quite as hot. But let's go inside. And you come right in here. You're first greeted by some very nice hardwood floors, and it opens into this living space slash dining area that goes into a bedroom over there. But let's take a look at the kitchen first, get that out of the way. And just you wait, there are some amazing things about this home out in the backyard. But yeah, not a ton of light coming in here. You could definitely improve the lighting in this kitchen. But overall, I really like this range. Looks like that has been updated. Let's see if they've got any ice cream. Nope, oh well. But yeah, everything is in good shape, you know, like countertops and these cabinets are definitely in good shape. And you've got some storage over here, and this flows into an updated bathroom, which looks really nice. And so it's actually a full bathroom right here on the main level. And you've got your shower there, mirror, toilet, and then there's a little sneak peek of what's to come in the backyard, but we'll get there in a minute. And this is a bedroom, and it's listed as a 3-bedroom, but you be the judge. I think there could be more than 3 bedrooms in this home. But this is a pretty spacious room that's being, used as a bedroom. Closet there, everything checks out. And then here we have the dining room with some really nice built-ins. I absolutely love these built-ins, and they've put in these mini splits throughout the home, which is absolutely crucial for summer days here in Portland. Here in Portland, we get some serious heat, and while it rains a lot during the summertime, you'll be thankful that you had air conditioning. So let's go upstairs. And when we get upstairs, you've got a few bedrooms in here. You've got this little bedroom here that could be used for the kids. And then you've got this that I think you could call it another bedroom, because you've got the windows. Maybe those aren't wide enough, actually, to technically be a bedroom, but you do have a closet here, so maybe they're not calling this a bedroom. I'll give them that. And then in here is the primary bedroom. Couldn't figure out how to get the lights on, so. And then a good amount of storage space in this closet. And then if we go all the way downstairs, I'll give you a quick peek of the basement. And down here, you've got a lot more clearance compared to that last basement we saw, huh? So I'm not worried about bumping my head in here. Couldn't find the lights in here, but yeah, this is partially finished. So you got a room here with some sheetrock, and you could finish this off into more additional living space, and your laundry is down here, and another full bathroom down here in the basement. Now let's go see the ADU, huh? And right here is sort of the entrance to the Airbnb, and that's what this ADU was used for primarily, and apparently it was making these homeowners close to $4,000 per month. And you go back here and it has its own secure entrance, and you walk down this concrete pathway to take you to this incredible, huge, completely detached ADU that was built in 2015, and it's a 1-bedroom. Like I said, it was used as an Airbnb. I'm super excited to show you the inside of this place because, heck, if I were you, I'd think about investing in this property, and you could live in this ADU and rent out this whole home here to a family, or vice versa. You could live in the house and rent this out and help significantly cut down your mortgage. So reach out if you have any questions on how to achieve that goal. Let's go inside and take a quick tour of this ADU though. So when you walk in, you're on this main level that has sort of a kitchen and entertainment area, and then there's stairs that go up here to the sleeping area and the bathroom. But just take a look at the kitchen here. It's very nicely done construction, and everything is super high quality finishing, and it is equipped with this gas range as well, and really nice butcher block countertops in the kitchen to give it that nice feel with all the wood everywhere. Wood trim around the doors and the windows to match, and the windows up there as well. And it's got this AC unit in here and this really cool built-in entertainment system, right? And so you've got this breakfast bar here that you can sit and eat at, and this also goes into some extra space in here. Didn't realize there was a step there, but this is where you've got your laundry and your utilities and some extra space to kind of do like a workshop type of thing. Open this up, have a barbecue out there. It's just a good vibe. So let's go upstairs. And you've got the cork flooring on these stairs, as well as throughout this upstairs level. And you've got this nice high ceilings, very livable feeling. You've got a little balcony out here that's also looking out to the east, and a very nice bathroom here with double sinks, nice tile, really nice shower, and a skylight to let in tons of natural light, and the pocket door that gives you the feeling of having even more space without a door opening either way. Really, really cool spot. Here's a little look out at the balcony, and I'm really curious, what would you do with this space? What would you do with this property? You've got this big house right here, and you've got this really good sized detached ADU here. So I'm really curious. I want to know what you would do with this space. I think I would take the ADU, rent out this place, but you could do the opposite and, you know, have the same result. So let me know in the comments. We are now on to one of my absolute favorite homes that I've seen in a while, in one of my absolute favorite neighborhoods too. We're gonna head all the way into the southeast to Mount Tabor, but first we're gonna go to Montevilla, and I'll show you what the little downtown area looks like nearby. So let's head over. Almost got away with it, didn't I? So this home, with the 3-bedroom home and 1 more bedroom in the ADU, that was built in 2015, right here in the King neighborhood, bordering on Irvington to the south and Vernon and the Sabin neighborhood. What an incredible opportunity to get into an awesome neighborhood and do some house hacking in the process. So this home is currently listed for $900,000. What do you guys think? Could you swing it? Let me know. This listing is listed by Brandon King, so thanks again to him. But also, I have access to every single listing in Portland, so if you are looking to make a move here, I would absolutely love to help with that. I hope these videos have been valuable to you, but I also make videos just like this for my clients if they're interested in any specific property. And of course, it's always better to look at homes together in person, but just letting you know that I do that. And now let's head over to Mount Tabor to see this incredible home that is going to blow your mind. I guarantee it. Let's go. So we are here now in the neighborhood of Montevilla. And I wanted to take you here, not because we're gonna be seeing a listing in Montevilla, but because Montevilla actually means Mount Tabor Village, and Mount Tabor is right behind me. You can see some of those trees, and that is where this final, absolutely exquisite listing is gonna be that we're gonna be seeing in just a moment. And we're just like 2 or 3 minutes down the hill. And I just wanted to show you this little downtown area because there's lots of cool stuff to do here. Right behind me, this is the Flying Pie Pizzeria. You've got the Montevilla Brew House right there. You've got Mr. Plywood for your local construction needs. And then there's just tons of different shops, and got to give a shout out to the Bipartisan Cafe. I used to go there all the time when I lived up the street from here, but there's lots of different stuff. You even got the Academy movie theater here, which is a pretty cool secondhand movie theater. They serve good popcorn with real butter, none of that chemical stuff. And each of these little side streets has stuff to explore as well. And so while this next neighborhood that we're gonna be seeing, you might not have these types of amenities within short walking distance, it's just right down the hill. You know, you can just drive over here. They have a weekly farmer's market just at the top of the street here. This thing that's being kind of noisy is this little outdoor area. It keeps like the plastic there is like flapping around when people drive by, but this is Thatcher's. This is a good little bar that serves food. And then you've got this clothing store, cool little shop. You got the PDX Cookie Company. And this place right here is called Redwood. Super good food and brunch. This is Ranch Pizza, super good Detroit style pizza. And then Yahala, super bomb Mediterranean food. And if you're catching on a little bit, there's just so many different little pockets like this all throughout Portland. And so whether you are living right off of a street like this or up on the mountain like I'm about to show you, it's all very close and easily accessible. And that's one of the main things that appeals to all of my clients like yourself moving to the Portland area. Up here, we've got even more stuff. This place, Roscoe's, has some pretty good Cajun style food. There is a delicious sushi restaurant right down the street there. Recently, one of my clients that was coming in town to look at some homes ate at Observatory on her first night here and said it was great. If you're watching, Sandra, make sure you leave a comment and let the people know what you thought of Observatory and Portland in general. Last little shout out is for Beanstalk right across the street here. If you've got kids, you're going to want to know about Beanstalk. They have all sorts of secondhand toys and clothes. You can bring your kids' old clothes and they'll buy it, and then you can buy new clothes as they get older. And this is a cool little international market. But now, while Montevilla is a fantastic neighborhood to live in, and I have covered listings in this neighborhood multiple times, we're gonna head up onto the mountain, Mount Tabor, and then we're going to see one of the most incredible listings that is available on the market at the moment. And I can't wait to show it to you, so let's go up there. So we made it up onto the mountain. We are here in the Mount Tabor neighborhood. And if you guys have been watching my channel for a few weeks at least, this street might even look familiar to you because we actually looked at a house on this exact same street in this exact same neighborhood. And I'll link you to that video at the end of this one. But if you didn't see it, it was this house right here. It had just that incredible view, the deck, all of the updates that you would want to see in a house that is built in the 1930s or the 1920s, whenever it was. And it's got this epic view of Mount Hood off in the distance. What a beautiful day it is right now. But yeah, we did go see that house a few weeks ago. I'll leave a link at the end of this video to that one, but we're gonna actually go see a listing that's a few doors down that is completely different. It was actually built in the 1960s, so a few decades later, and I actually really can't wait to see it because I think it's got even more impressive views than that house right there. But just take a minute to appreciate this neighborhood. It is beautifully forested. We are just steps away from the Mount Tabor Park that you can hike in and relax in. And every single day that you live here in this neighborhood, we're just minutes down the road from that Montevilla neighborhood. And if this street couldn't get any more beautiful, there's another view of Mount Hood. The street that we are seeing this house on is even quieter. It's like this quiet little cul-de-sac loop. And the house is right here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the grand finale. And this is an absolutely incredible 1961 mid-century modern home. It's 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bath, over 7,000 square feet. And let me tell you, the views throughout this home are unlike anything I've ever seen. It's absolutely incredible. And it might even one up the listing right around the corner that I showed you a few weeks ago. But here's a look at the street, and you've got views looking to the west. Most of the home, it has views looking to the north, which includes Mount St. Helens and the greater Vancouver area. And I cannot wait to go in and give you a full tour of this property. Of course, you know the drill. I'm going to tell you the list price, but we got to go see it first. So let's go. So starting off, you've got this incredibly private feeling abode. So you've got, you know, some street parking right here if you want for guests, some more over here, and you've also got a driveway with a detached 2-car garage. We're not going to go in there just because there's so much house to show you, but it's a 2-car garage, and right here is an additional parking space that's fully covered, carport. This little gate right here opens, so you could park a lot of cars here. And when you walk in, you have this sort of fence that gives this courtyard a very private feel. And then we go in, and it's got some beautiful landscaping. Again, if you wanted to park here in the carport, fully covered with a fully covered pathway all the way to the front door. And this home, like I said, built in 1961, and it's got some incredible original features of the home and some incredible updates as well. It's exactly what you want to see in a home like this, preserving its original charm while also keeping it up to date and modern. So this is a good look at the yard, some really nice space looking out here at the view, but I don't want to give the view away just yet. So let's go in and see what the views are like from inside the home. There you walk in, and as soon as you enter, you have this really nice stylish looking tile on the floor, and that leads into the kitchen right there. And then you have your upstairs for your main suite. Good amount of closet storage. There's a living room with a tease of the view, but let's go over here first. Check out this wing of the home. And you've got a bedroom right here, and that overlooks out this way into this little side yard, and it attaches to this huge walk-in closet with a built-in dresser there. And then that goes into this lovely bathroom that seems like it may have never even been touched. Look at this countertop with the pink stone, absolutely beautiful, and the pink tiles. Pretty cool. Who feels nostalgic standing in this bathroom? Anyone? And then you go in here and you've got these nice updated wood floors, oak from 2015. So like I said, they've updated this home in all the right ways, but also as an example, have left it alone in all the right ways too. And this flows right into, oh, there's another full walk-in closet. And this, with the wood paneling on the side here and these amazing knobs. This is all closet space, built-in storage, really cool features. But let's go take a look at this living room, shall we? Because, I mean, come on, look at this view. You've got this beautiful surround with the gas fireplace and another hallway leading down there to a little office space. But let's just go out here and appreciate this incredible view for a second. I mean, is this not one of the best views we've ever seen? You've got Mount St. Helens off in the distance there, and you can see the freeway looking over there, and just a beautiful expansive view for miles and miles and miles. Absolutely amazing. You've got tons of space out here. So what I want you guys to do, to my loyal audience, my returning viewers, which I know there's a lot of you, leave a comment. Tell me what you think of this deck here with this view compared to the one we saw right around the corner. You could almost see that house, but not quite. How does this deck compare to that last house we saw? I want to know, in your opinion. Just one more look before we go back inside and see the rest of the house. So when you go back in here, that leads into this little formal dining area, which I'll take you to in a moment. But I want to show you this little nook over here, which is a pretty cool little office space with these luxurious, elegant built-ins. You've got an actual wood burning fireplace right here if you'd like to have an actual fire going, and just expansive views to look at while you work. It's currently set up to be facing away, but I don't know why you would want to do that. Unless you're like taking Zoom calls and you want this to be your view when you're having calls. I completely understand that now, why this room is set up like that. So if you want to be having Zoom calls with a view like this, then you know who to call. And as we leave this room, let's go in and check out this formal dining room. And I didn't even turn on the lights because there's so much light coming in from here. Even though the walls are this dark wood paneling, it still has so much light coming in here from these almost floor to ceiling windows. And you got a lot of built-in storage here. So good place for entertaining guests. And then this flows into the updated kitchen that has been fully updated and customized. You've got a little nook right here for reading with, again, access to this deck, but all of these beautiful cabinets, and it's got this huge built-in refrigerator. You got the built-in gas range, and take a look at all of this counter space here, especially with this island. I mean, without it, you have a pretty good amount of counter space to work with just right here. But with it, man, you have so much room you can set up for hors d'oeuvres, cooking prep. You can even sit down right here and have a meal. You've got your built-in ovens right here, the double oven, and that flows into the laundry room, which this might take the cake for the best view for a laundry room so far on this channel. What do you guys think? I don't think I've seen a laundry room that has a view like this, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Is this a freezer? Maybe they have ice cream. Nope, no ice cream. It's fine, we'll give them a pass. And then there's this little room here, a little mud room, that's what this is. So you've got the hooks here, and then this is an entrance that comes directly from that garage, again, fully covered. They knew how to build a home in the Pacific Northwest with all the rain that we get throughout the year. But let's go check out the downstairs before we come back up and look upstairs. And so down here, there's a lot of different rooms, and I might not show all of them, but this is just a feel for the downstairs. You've got another full bathroom down here. And back here is kind of just like a utility room with your furnaces. And yes, there are 2 furnaces, but there's something I wanted to point out over here in this big room. So in here, you've got this kind of like bonus room. Maybe they were using it as a playroom. They've got like paint kind of on the floor, which leads me to think that they were using this for like maybe an arts and crafts room for the kids or something like that. But here's a cool thing that I always like to see, which is the radon reduction system currently installed in this home. Basically, it's pulling out the radon and blowing it up and outside of the house. So that's definitely something you want to see. Something actively removing those radioactive gases. So anyways, here's another gas burning fireplace and another room in here, which I suppose this is a bedroom with incredible views. And this is a pretty cool thing that I'm gonna go outside and show you real quick. They put in cork flooring about 10, 15 years ago down here on the lower level. And once again, there's decks with just incredible views throughout this home, right? Look at this. You got a little staircase that'll take you down, a little bird friend. And this goes around that way. And right here, you've got a sauna. Raise your hand in the comments if you are a fan of saunas, huh? Let me know. All right, I think it's time that we go and take a look at the upstairs, the master suite. So let's go do that. And another quick look at this incredible kitchen. Here's a little half bath right here on the main floor, which is always nice to have. That's all you really need, folks. You know, sometimes I see houses where there's a full bathroom right here next to the kitchen, but who wants to be showering right here while someone else is making breakfast? I don't know. Very nicely placed half bathroom. Now let's go all the way up. So up here, again, you've got the updated wood floors. And in here you have, this is the main primary bedroom, but here is sort of like a private little tucked away living room space. And I absolutely love the vaulted ceilings and all of the wood paneling throughout. And it's got a whole nother private deck looking to the north, gas fireplace. This home is just built for you to be cozy in. And then that goes into this main primary bedroom with, again, the vaulted ceilings and the wood paneling, and even this nice brick chimney going through. And once again, the most incredible views looking to the north, tons of natural light. And then it goes into the primary bathroom, beautiful countertops, and there's even a view looking out the tub out at Mount St. Helens. And then that goes into another bedroom right here. Pretty crazy. Lots and lots of space in this home. And here's a good look at the roof, which seems to be in decent shape. And I assume that it's got a good amount of life in it. It certainly doesn't look like a brand new roof, but it's still got lots of life in it, and that's good. No one wants to buy a home with a roof that's failing. All right, there you have it, folks. Once again, this is a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath home here in the Mount Tabor neighborhood, almost over 7,000 square feet, built in 1961 with all of the incredible original charm that it has, as well as the well thought out updates. Don't forget to leave a comment down below what you think, which one of these houses you would pick if I handed you the keys. But of course, I'm sure you're probably wondering what the list price is on this baby. It's only been listed about a couple weeks at the time of making this video, and the list price is currently $2.2 million. What do you think? Does that align with your expectations? If you want to keep watching another video like this where I see another listing right around the corner, click this video right here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you over there.